right?
Yeah.
Yeah, have to get the shirt right.
Yeah, we do. Sorry there. Welcome everybody. Excuse us, we were trying to get camera ready. The makeup lady just walked out.
How does
Did you guys even get into makeup?
V-neck, I don't know. I actually was told by the producer to keep the top half of my head out of the screen so I don't blind anybody.
Blind anyone.
Gotcha.
It just looked like Avatar right now.
Right.
I was just going to go there.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
But yes, welcome everybody. Excuse our nonsense. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I got it in order this time. For those of you that are following us after we've recorded this, and remember always to like, subscribe, etc., etc. Today we got the leagues, the shows. We're going to talk about our leagues, La Liga, Premier. Sally, we're talking A-League, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, A-League. And then we're going to try to get into Serie A title race, but we'll see how things go because we might get, a little sidetracked and who knows. So we'll go from there. What were you saying, though, Justin, about V-neck?
Oh, no, I was going to say, drop us a line on Twitter or comment in here how you feel about V-neck jerseys. You comfortable with them or do you like the regular crew neck joints?
V-neck all the way.
I'm gonna say no to V-neck.
Yeah.
Even though my favorite Real Madrid jersey, which is not this one, it is a V-neck. But is it even? It is a V-neck. I was about to ask the dumbest question. I'm not even gonna go there. So yes, I'm gonna get started. We are going to jump over to Spain. A terrible weekend for my beautiful Real Madrid. I don't really have too much to say about that. So, okay, now to the next league. No,
we actually want details.
All right, so I'm going to start off with La Liga table as follows. Dreaded. In first place, we have Barcelona with 55 points. In second, my beautiful Real Madrid with 53. And then in third, surprise, surprise, it is not Getafe this week. It is Atletico de Madrid. Wow. With 43, and then in fourth we have Sevilla, with 43 points, and then Getafe drops to fifth. They are stuck on 42 points from last week, and Sociedad jumps back into the top six in that last Europa League spot with 40 points. And the relegation battle is as follows: Mallorca in 18th with 22, Leganés 19 with 19 points. So kind of funny there. Espanyol in 20th as well with 19 points. So Leganés and Espanyol didn't accrue any points this past weekend. The scores this past weekend were Betis 3, Mallorca 3. Beautiful game. I believe there was 3 or 4 penalties. So pretty interesting game. And then the loanee from Real Madrid, Kubo, had an assist and a goal. So good game for him. Good news for Real Madrid fans, as myself. Celta de Vigo 1, Leganés 0. A very entertaining game. Leganés had the man advantage, but Iago Aspas comes through on a set piece and gets the goal, and the only goal of the game. And I'm going to tell you right now, Leganés, with or without Braithwaite, or what? How do you say his name?
Braithwaite.
Oh, I thought you sneezed. I was about to say bless you.
They're good without him and they're good with him, or they're the same, should I say? So it doesn't matter that he went to Barcelona or not. I don't think they would have pulled it out, a tie or a win or whatever against Celta de Vigo. Barca drubbed the crap out of Eibar, 5-0. Messi with a hat trick. Okay, damn. Sal, all right. Sal is suspended for the next 5 minutes. I'm just kidding. But that was Sal is the troll of the group, just so you guys are aware.
His trolling abilities are elite
so I should have expected it, but Sal is kind of a sneaky ninja troll, so we'll go with that. And the next game we have I saw you disappear. I was like, what the heck happened? Sociedad wins 3-0 versus Valencia. Levante beats Real Madrid 1-0. Sorry excuse of a game. Osasuna 0, Granada 3, Deportivo Alaves 2, and Bilbao 1. Athletic Bilbao, for those that don't know who Bilbao is. Real Valladolid 2, Espanyol 1. And then Getafe 0, Sevilla 3. So Getafe was looking really good. And they even looked super good last week against Ajax. And they just fumbled the ball this weekend. American football term there. And then Atletico de Madrid ends the weekend with a 3-1 win against the Yellow Submarines, a.k.a. Villareal. So that was your matches this week. Well, I'll get to it now. So now, La Liga news. We have one interesting, one very retarded. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. I apologize. But that's the first thing that came to my mind because we talked about it right before, like the fact that someone hurt themselves, but not that way. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, first off, George Clooney, or a American business linked to George Clooney, is in negotiations to buy Malaga. The stakeholder, Abdullah Al-Thani, is selling his stake of Malaga, but he's put an offer on the table. Well, the offer he wants is 100 million euros. But the business or the group linked to George Clooney is offering only 36 million euros. There's some association with the bidding or whatever that has the details of this offer for Malaga to get bought by George Clooney and his business are saying that the negotiations are positive and something is possibly going to be worked out. So we might have George Clooney owning the Spanish team, which is kind of interesting. And I haven't even heard of George Clooney in like years. So to see that pop up, I was like, I have to talk about this.
Pretty random.
His wife's Spanish, right?
Huh?
His wife isn't Spanish, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to think.
Is he even married?
The fact that he finally got married.
Yeah, he finally got married.
Yeah, it was a joke about him not being married ever still, but he's married now.
So that was interesting. I believe Malaga right now are in the second division, so we wouldn't want to see too much of anything. But also, Al-Thani has to pay a debt of 5.5 million euros once the deal is made, if it is made. It's part of like some regulation that he has to do to basically give his rights as a holder to the buyer. To me, it just sounds like just 5.5 million euros going to the Spanish FA or Spain as a country, but taxes are taxes or whatever you want to call it. And then in other news, Real Madrid news, Hazard is out for the remainder of the season. I'm going to say the remainder of the season because on Real Madrid's website, it says recovery will continue to be assessed. So no timeline, no hope to grasp, no nothing. So basically, see you later, Hazard. Thank you for, I don't know, like 10 games. I have no idea how many he played.
What's he done? Has he scored?
Yeah, he scored 1 goal.
Oh, okay.
Had a couple dribbles. I don't know. So, yeah. And then lastly, pre-El Clasico news, Rodrigo will miss El Clasico. So basically, he won't be able to get the call-up because he got a red card playing for the Castilla. He made his beautiful solo run, just to give you a story behind it. Scored the goal at the end. Basically, didn't celebrate. Was just he was running so fast after he scored that he just kind of stopped after the byline, and then turned around. But then the goalie had something to say to him, and so then it kind of triggered something in Rodrigo, and he decided to do this and say something at the same time. And the ref ended up giving him a red card for it. A lot of Madrid fans are saying that he needs to grow up, he needs to learn how to act, and he's a Real Madrid player. Shut the hell up. The goalie, was the one that started it all. Why didn't the goalie get a yellow or something as well? what was the reasoning behind going like this and getting a straight red? Like, I have no idea.
Is this referee Italian, by the way? Is he like sent from Serie A up here to be like, you said something bad, 3-match ban? Fuck you.
I have no idea, but the refs, I think in England and Spain are on something because their officiating has been horrible this whole season.
Extremely
in both leagues. And then speaking about Clásico, my preferred lineup is gonna be a 4-4-2. Of course, Courtois net, even though he had a howler of a play on that goal that he allowed. He's tall enough to get that ball. I'm just gonna put it that way. And he decided to bring his arms down.
He needs
I don't get it.
Miami, that's what he needs.
Gotta keep a Heat game. That's all
yeah, well, hopefully he didn't go to last night's Heat game.
Oh my God!
And then so on the defense,
right sports, please.
Like I'm sticking there.
Yeah.
And so on the defense, I have Carvajal on the right, Varane and Ramos pairing with Mendy taking over Marcelo's spot, and then in the midfield I have Modric, Fede Valverde, Casemiro, and Kroos, and then Benzi and Vinicius up top. My way to look at it, yes, I say 4-4-2, but you can also make it a 4-4-1-1 or 4-2-2. However you want to look at it, but I say a 4-4-2. We'll probably do 4-4-2 defensively, but of course this is just my preferred lineup. Zidane does what Zidane wants to do. I wouldn't mind Isco as well in there, I guess you could say, instead of Fede Valverde. So we'll have a 4-3-1-2 kind of deal. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But that's my preferred lineup, and hopefully we get to win this weekend. Well, I know we will, but I'll get to that right now. Anyways, I'm not gonna look up. All right, Sal, for real this time. Time out. Try to see that shirt go down. You're not coming back into the ring. All right, so important matches of the week. All right, he's back. Important matches of the week. I'm only gonna look at 5 matches this week. I'm gonna go with the Leganés and Deportivo Alaves, Granada, Celta de Vigo, Espanyol and Atletico de Madrid, and Mallorca, Getafe, and lastly but not least, Real Madrid and Barcelona. My predictions are as follows. I say Leganés wins 2-1 versus Deportivo Alaves. I'm pulling for Leganés, even though Leganés doesn't seem to have anything going for them at the moment, but I feel like a win can turn things around, and Alaves is not so much a very strong side competition-wise for Leganés. In the Granada Celta de Vigo, I have a 1-1 tie. Celta de Vigo got a tie against Real Madrid, just got a win with 10 men, and they seem like they don't want to get anywhere near the relegation zone, even though they're still a spot out of it. But they keep picking up points, and I feel like they're just going to keep stretching that point differential, and they're going to make their way up away from the relegation zone. Espanyol and Atletico de Madrid, I have Atletico de Madrid winning 2-1. Espanyol still struggling, still on the bottom of the barrel in the league. And Atletico de Madrid also a nice 3-1 victory against Villareal. Espanyol doesn't have what it takes, I think, even though it's in Barcelona. I don't think they have what it takes to beat them. And then Mallorca and Getafe, after Getafe's 3-0 loss to Sevilla, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and give a 2-2 draw. Mallorca played a great game against Real Betis. They did get lucky with the penalty, and they also were unlucky, but they, with the penalties that they gave, they probably could have won that game 2-1. Mallorca's playing a little bit better. They one of the teams to beat Real Madrid out of the 2 losses we have so far this year. So Mallorca can pull it off. Maybe they'll get themselves out of relegation zone. We'll see. And then in the Clásico, I have Real Madrid winning 2-1.
Where's the? Hey, are they playing in the new camp or the Bernabeu?
No, we're playing in the Santiago Bernabeu.
Okay, so then I'll go. Yeah, I'd like that 2-1 Madrid.
Yeah, I'll say 2-1 Madrid as well. I mean, even though I've been trolling the whole game, even though the show I've been trolling, I'm still gonna go. I don't trust this Barcelona team one bit at all.
Yeah, and they didn't look too good today in the Champions League, but we'll talk about that on Thursday. All right, so that was my La Liga update and news. Do you guys have any questions? Is there anything you guys want to talk about?
What's that Hazard signing looking like?
It's looking pretty bad. It's looking like one of the worst signings that we made in the last couple of years. Yeah, and there's not really much to say about it. Like, what has he done? That the Chelsea Hazard is. Oh my goodness. The Chelsea Hazard has not appeared, and that's what we were expecting, and we have got zero of it.
Well, that Real Madrid Hazard must have ate Chelsea Hazard.
Yeah.
He might have left it in London.
Yeah, possibly. Man, I guess he still has time to come good though. So.
Yeah, well, it'll be next season though.
Yeah.
I'm still with this dang V-neck thing. All right. So yeah. Well, now we move over to the big UK.
All right, mate. Sorry, don't please. No. Can we edit that out somehow?
That stays.
All right.
You gotta say that for the A-League, my guy.
Yeah. Anyway, wait, no. They say mate in the UK. Listen.
Yeah, but the way you sounded,
more Australian.
That's not Australian. Australian is more like
you sounded more Crocodile Dundee than
Yeah.
Righto, mate. Yeah, that's definitely Australian. I gotta practice.
All right. So,
anyways,
let's continue.
Let's get over to the quote unquote best league in the world. We're going to go ahead and recap some scores. They actually had some pretty competitive games that went on. So the first one we'll talk about was Crystal Palace and Newcastle. Crystal Palace wins 1-0. Patrick Van Aanholt with a crazy free kick to get the 3 points in that one. We had a red card from Lazaro throwing down Wilfried Zaha, so he gets a straight red for the way he threw him down. He was in on goal. He just threw him to the floor like freaking WWE wrestling. So he really didn't have any argument there. We had Wolves 3, Norwich 0. Wolves looks like they've hit some form. We had 2 goals from Diogo Jota and Raul Jimenez, a.k.a. Rey Mysterio.
What a beautiful celebration of that.
Yeah, absolutely. His celebrations are normally class anyway. And then we had let's see, what else did we have? Okay, we had Leicester City, Man City. Man City, it was a pretty scrappy game. Man City comes away with the 1-0 victory. Gabriel Jesus could have went either way in that one. But City, I guess they know they're about to be dunned off, so they got to try to come on and do what they can. So it was a pretty scrappy game. They get the win. Manchester United versus Watford. Man United puts on the style, 3-0 victory over there.
Bruno Fernandes with his first goal.
Bruno Fernandes with his first goal and 2 assists, actually. I don't know if they're going to give him the assist for the Martial goal, but he was definitely pulling the strings. So you had Martial scoring, Bruno scoring in that game, as well as, I can't think of the third goal scorer.
Greenwood?
Yeah, Mason Greenwood, a.k.a. Mason Gunwood, the young lad out there just banging goals in. Just mind you, he has more goals than Roberto Firmino, Nicolas Pepe, and a lot of other cats, Lacazette. Hazard, all those people. His 18 didn't cost anything. Mason Gunwood, because he's a gun.
I don't have to troll Sal right now because Justin has the jersey on already.
Then we had actually a really good London derby between Arsenal and Everton. Calvert-Lewin opened the scoring early. Then Aubameyang scored 2. I think he had a brace in that game. He scored the winner, actually. I can't say this kid's name. Nikita with a silky goal to equalize. So you had a Calvert-Lewin goal. Richarlison also scored, but Aubameyang came and put the nail in the coffin with the third goal. And Arsenal look like they've gone ahead and hit some form.
The Arteta effect. So that and then moves on to the final game, which it seemed like the Galaxy almost had a chance to be saved, but the good old David Moyes
lets us down. Liverpool 3, West Ham 2. It looked like West Ham had a chance. Fabianski with a terrible error for Salah, one of Salah's goals. He should have had let it go right through his legs. And then after that, Liverpool never looked back. So again, Scousers are pretty much on the way to the league. I think they need about 4 more wins to clinch it. So we're not even talking about that being any type of a race or anything. That's a done deal. Scousers are going to win. The real race is for the top 4 spots, top 4 and 5 spots, basically at this point. Go ahead, Mauro.
Yeah, Liverpool can clinch that in the Merseyside Derby.
Oh, yes, that's right. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, if they keep winning and then they win there.
Right. Yeah, if they win there, they can win there. I'm pretty sure that they'll be looking to do that, get it all out of the way. I'll be glad.
I would really like Everton to knock them off the podium.
Yeah, that would actually be great. But seeing as though Everton hasn't beaten them in like 30 years, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, but we got the Ancelotti now, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Playing better football.
30 years, I mean, something's got to give.
Hey, that's true. That's true. Manchester United actually plays Ancelotti on March 1st. So that's going to be actually a really good game because they are definitely trying to fight their way into the top half of the table. Really quick, we haven't touched on this in a while, so I just want to give you guys an update on the scoring leaders in the league. Jamie Vardy and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang are tied at the top for 17. Kun Aguero with 16. Danny Ings and Mo Salah tied for 4th with 15 goals. Danny Ings out here.
But it's funny because Danny Ings and Jamie Vardy have kind of had a ceasefire. They haven't scored in quite a few games, I believe, because Vardy's been stuck on 17.
Yeah, Vardy's been on 17 for a little while now.
He was on that rolling hot streak, and then he just died down.
But I mean, it just goes to show how hot he was because he's still in first. So, and then the table is as follows. Of course, Liverpool 1, Man City 2, Leicester City 3, Chelsea 4th, Man United 5th. And now we did go over how close the bottom half of that top 5 are. Chelsea's with 44, Man United 41, Tottenham, Sheffield both with 40 points, and Wolves with 39. Arsenal creeping up the rear with 37 points. So again, it goes back to that 3-game swing. In these next 2 weeks, that 4 and 5 position, I do believe that we're gonna have some new teams in those slots. I don't know if Chelsea can hang on to the 4th space because they look like they may be in a little bit of trouble. But that's really what it's about in the Premier League right now. We are looking for that top 4 finish, who is going to finish in those final Champions League spots. And the way that some of the teams are in form, it looks like it's going to be a nice race to the finish. And that's basically what's going on in Premier League now. I wouldn't be the wild Manchester United fan that I am if I didn't stop to let you guys know that if you go to Pornhub and type in Anthony Martial, you will see the pure sex that he illustrated in that freaking game against Watford. So, listen, if you're under 18, please ask a parent before you log on to look.
Don't even ask your parents.
No, you gotta ask.
No, man. I don't even know why we're plugging in Pornhub right now.
Yeah, shout out Pornhub because Anthony Martial with the pure sex and adrenaline, that goal is sex. Okay,
yeah, that was a training ground goal.
That was
just
the sauce. Okay, so
anybody, I'm sure you can find it on Twitter. No need to go to Pornhub.
Yeah, but it's more. It's what I'm saying.
No,
it brings more
nothing.
Yeah, aesthetically seeing a goal like that on Pornhub, it's iconic. Shout out Martial, in form, 3 goals in a week. 1 goal on Monday, another goal against Bruges for the Europa League, and then on Sunday he tops it off. He's on fire right now after being criticized. So hopefully he can keep that rolling. Bruno Fernandes is making the team tick. And he's just looking like that creative force that we've been needing majority of the season without Pogba. So hopefully when Pogba comes back for however long the season's left, we can see what a midfield 3 of Pogba, Bruno, and Fred looks like. Again, I am of the belief that Pogba is going to be gone in the summer. Unfortunately, I'd like him to stay, but if he doesn't want to be here, he can clearly leave. That's not a problem. But yeah, that is going to be the Premier League wrap. Again, Pornhub.com, Anthony Martial.
Don't do it.
Sal, yes.
Yes. Would you take Jack Grealish? if he becomes available in the summer.
Absolutely. 100,000%, I would take Jack Grealish in a heartbeat. I just like he's technical. He's got a motor, and he's like a dog out there. And we need more dogs on that team.
Him or Vardy?
Grealish. I don't need Vardy on my team because Vardy's in his 30s now. I got Rashford. I got Martial. We're probably we got Gun. Hey, you see? FieldTalk Benzie knowing what time it is. Gunwood. Mason Gunwood, a.k.a. Greenwood. His real name is Greenwood, just in case you guys think I'm purposely messing up his name. But on this show, I call him Gunwood. And that's pretty much it on the EPL for you guys.
Oh, all right. Now we'll take you down under, everybody. Down to Australia.
Right?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Now,
good vibration.
So let me just start off with the table, since not much did. Well, some did change. So Sydney still remains at first with 14 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Sort of that Scousers type. Whatever. Perth is in second. Justin, celebrate.
Perth Glory.
Wait, so your team lost to Perth Glory?
No. So I'm giving the standings right now.
There's the table.
Yeah, I know, but they weren't in second.
No. So I'll give you the games after.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry.
I want to get the standings out of the way. So Sydney first, Perth second, City in third. Fuck City. Wellington in fourth. Adelaide in fifth. Brisbane in sixth. That is your playoff spots. Final 3 teams, if you want to know. Yes, Mario.
No, I'm already getting ready to cheer because I know my team's down there. My other team, my B team.
Melbourne Victory, who had a great time. Had a great run of 11 seasons where they were in the playoffs. So long, sayonara. You're in 9th place. You have only 17 points. I feel bad for you. No, I don't. 10th place, Newcastle. Somehow they keep drawing. Hey, I mean, how many draws can you get until you can get up into the playoff spot? I don't know, but we'll see. Newcastle in 10th, and then Mario, Central Coast Mariners, the way down. In 11th with 13 points. Now,
just so you know, I'm pretty cool because I own both ends of the table.
First and last. Hey, look at that.
Come on, man. Come on, I'm doing things really big in 2020. At least A-League wise.
So, the games from the weekend were Friday's games were Wellington 2-0 against Western United. Western United being the new boys. Started off strong. Mid-table now. Good for them. The game of the weekend, if you have ESPN Plus, and I do recommend you pick up ESPN Plus, $4.99. Go subscribe. ESPN one day.
We need a banner for that already.
Yeah, he's a sponsor, bro.
Western Sydney versus Adelaide United, which ended in a 5-2. The start of the game was as follows. You had your first score at the 5th minute. 13th was a pen. Then you have in the 25th, one more from Adelaide. Then it went back to Western Sydney, then 2 for Adelaide, and then that's it. But it was a game that I'll preface it. I'll give it to you guys this way. Western Sydney, fuck Western Sydney, had not been scoring for the past.
So angry.
How could I say? They hadn't been scoring goals. So they had scored about 8 goals in their since the season started. So how they remained on the table, I don't know how. But they had scored 8 goals the whole season. Somehow magically today, they scored 5 goals. And they were on fire against a team that defensively just didn't turn up. They were shit. I mean, utter shits that night. But sorry for them. Brisbane and Perth. 1-1 draw. That's all Perth needed in second.
I'll take it.
Perth led majority of the game, scoring in the 33rd minute. But defensive error in the back cost them that 1 goal, and that's all Brisbane needed. Afterwards, they just parked the bus for the last 15 minutes of the game. They parked the bus. They said, you know what? We'll take the point. Who cares? We're in a playoff spot. Good for them. Perth, though, showing that they want to win the league, that they want to win the title at the end. They feel robbed over last year since they lost to Sydney last year.
That's okay, man. That's old. Stop bringing up old stuff.
But if you ask me who will win the A-League this year, I believe that Perth has the guns to do it. They have all the right tools. Sydney, though, has all the stars. So everything is aligned for Sydney, but Perth looks more as the team that will win. Newcastle Jets and Melbourne Victory, bottom of the table, 1-1 draw. That's that. Finally, for Mario, his two teams, Central Coast Mariners and Sydney FC. The top of the table playing the bottom of the table. Ended up as a 3-0. I'll send my congratulations to Marco Tilio, 18-year-old academy product who won the Youth A-League with Sydney this past week. Scored his first ever A-League goal and his first ever A-League assist, all in his first appearance in the 85th minute. So congratulations to him getting his first. Probably will be the first of many as well. He looked like a little person on the field among men. If you watch the game, he's about, I'd say, yay high. I don't know if you, for those of you NBA fans, I'll bring up the name of who's the tiniest player we've seen in the NBA?
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues. There we go. If you've ever seen Muggsy Bogues, that's what Marco Tilio looked like.
Ali.
So, 18-year-old boy doing great things down there. And that's it for the A-League, guys.
So it's kind of like the Dries Mertens of the A-League.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right, quick question. When does Sydney play again?
So Sydney will play, I will give you right now. Sydney will play this Friday in the Sydney Derby against Western Sydney Wanderers. Fuck Western Sydney. They play at 1 a.m. my time. So
that's Saturday, technically.
Well, it'd still be Friday for you guys, wouldn't it? Because you go 3 hours back.
Friday. Okay, Friday, 1 a.m.
Yeah, so, no, well, yeah, Friday, 1 a.m. for me. So it'll go back. So it'll be Thursday for you guys.
Oh, okay.
So that's
okay. Maybe I'll watch like the first half or something.
At 10.
It's
like 10 p.m. for you guys.
Okay, I could definitely do that. I'll put a reminder so I can watch some of that game.
So it will be the Derby since Western Sydney just came up and scored 5 goals. They have their heads in the clouds. They think they're all high and mighty. Fuck them. Yeah, you heard me. Fuck you guys. And anyone on Twitter, you know my handle. It's down there. Yada, yada, yada. Come at me. I don't care.
Love it.
But it will be Sydney that wins. I'm going to give a score of 4-1.
I was going to say 3-0 again.
4-1. 4-1. And that's just because Western Sydney just can't, for some reason, defend. And they look like magicians, but all right. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Sal, for taking us down under. Hyundai, right, I'm still waiting for my Sonata. So yeah, we'll just leave that there. You guys notice the tea has not stopped, right?
Yeah, I noticed.
Since the tea has made its arrival, it has not left, and it won't be leaving. Tea is so good. I don't know why I'm so addicted. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna go with the Serie A title race. We'll just name the 3 teams that are in it, what the points are, and then a little news regarding Serie A, which is kind of affecting the world as a whole as well. Who has the 3 teams?
I got it.
Because I know it's Juve.
Yeah, Juve at 60, Lazio right behind them at 59, Inter at 54. Inter's game over the weekend got canceled, so they will have to make up that game in a closed door.
Okay. And the reason for it being closed door is, yes, you may have heard about it. And if you haven't, then you're literally living under a rock. The coronavirus has struck Italy in a couple of its provinces. I'm not sure if that's how you really say it, but I believe it is. there's about 70 cases, I believe, in Italy at the moment. Could be more at this moment.
I think it's over 100.
So it's past. Okay, so there you go. So now we're over 100. The Italian government is telling people to not gather, like no gathering of people, and like family parties, cafes, like all that's being closed down. They're trying to keep everybody in, and so for the safety of the players, I believe they are going to have closed door games. So, which side note, I actually like watching games where the fans are excluded, because it comes like when you watch the game, you can hear the players communicating. Like those are things you don't get when you're watching it, with the fans, because you're hearing the atmosphere, you're hearing the commentators as well, and then the chants, just all the noise that goes around the game. It's just like I've seen Champions League games where, like, I believe once Monaco had a closed door game because their fans were banned or something, and you just heard everything, like just everything being talked out. I thought it was pretty cool.
That wasn't too long ago, was it?
No, it was just like a couple
years ago,
a couple seasons ago, yeah. But anyway, so tough times in Italy, and I believe some of the clubs are actually refunding the money for those games to their members.
We'll just so it's only the northern clubs. So all the southern clubs are still playing with fans in attendance. It's just northern Italy has been hit the hardest with this.
What I heard was that, well, I guess in the bottom league, in the second league and below, they're actually having closed door games. Like that's like a permanent thing for every club. So I don't know if it's gonna go to if it's gonna follow up into the first division as well. But I did read that Inter was already starting to refund money to its season ticket holders for that game.
It's getting a little scary now with this virus, man.
Yeah. It's actually getting everywhere, and it's getting everywhere fast. Because it's crazy because they're quarantining everybody, but it's just like, who's that one rat that gets away? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and also I don't feel like they're doing enough. They say they're doing enough, but at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think they want us to all die, but the least we could do is enjoy some football before we all get pneumonia and the bat virus, freaking takes us into the cave. Well, but anyways,
on to happier news.
Yes, I'm gonna jump into the MLS because some cool things happened this week. What did you want to go into, Sal?
So,
or are you just trying to transition into?
We do have we have CONCACAF going on since MLS is, since you're saying Atlanta United are up 1-0 against Montagua in the 60th minute. So
that was tonight. Son of a gun! I meant to watch that game.
All right, cheer on MLS, guys, if you're here in the States. Except LAFC, fuck you guys.
Yo, Sal is pissed off at a lot of clubs.
Yeah, I was totally waiting for that.
Like 7 clubs already tonight, bro.
So in MLS news, it's very dumb, like not dumb, but like very minor. I guess I got excited about it because mine and Justin's team is finally getting incorporated into the league. It's our first season, and I think it was this morning, right? They came out with the hashtag.
Yeah.
Or was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
This morning.
Right? Oh, it was yesterday.
Hashtag came out yesterday, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yesterday they came out with the hashtags on Twitter. I got a little bit excited. I did my little tweet, this and that, or whatnot. And so yeah, I thought that was cool. And then we also came out with our home jersey, which I thought was very nice. And it is not a V-neck, so that is a plus. It does have the button, which Sal mentioned before we got onto the show, in our little chit chat prior to going live. So that I do like. It does not have the Qatar Airways sponsorship. So that kind of leaves me wondering, are we sticking with it? Are we not? Or is that just some sort of release that they're doing without the sponsor, and then they'll do the sponsor one later?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be there by the time we play. It'll probably be on a jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slight differences for those of you who are going to buy authentic or replica of the home jersey. The authentic has the button. The replica, which is the lower end, it's just straight. You will not get a button on that one. So think of what you want, everyone. So if you
that's why I'm gonna splurge. I want my button.
Yeah,
I want my button. Also, thank you for that little tidbit.
Got to. It's the first kit ever. We gotta get it.
Exactly. And then also, I was as an Inter Miami fan, first season ticket holder. Where is my little mail of my like a packet, a box?
Yeah, I've been seeing some tweets about that. Yeah, what's going on with
that? Give me something. Like, I need something. Like, having my ticket on a mobile phone. You see, look, I was just showboating now.
Yeah, right. They've been in the game for a long time, though. Let's be fair.
I'm gonna upgrade this at some point. It's not always going to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want something to remember this. Like, hold on. Do I have it here? I have it here. Sorry for the noise, but I don't care. I get this just for being a member of the club. Just for being a member. I get a card, I get pamphlets, I get pictures, I get everything. I get one every year. Come on, Miami. Give me something. Give me something. Right?
Yeah, he's pulling out everything now. So just so everybody knows, for any MLS fans out here, the show is really about to ramp up on MLS content as the season gets ready to come about. So get ready for that. Sorry. Inter Miami's first game is this Sunday against LAFC. So you know the boys here are going to be very excited for different reasons.
Sal's going for LAFC.
Sal is going to be an honorary Inter Miami CF correspondent for this game, I'm sure. But we definitely want to let you know that MLS content will be coming. We are in the great US of A, so we want to bring and incorporate that into the show. As much as we love all the other leagues, we're here in America, so we're definitely going to bring the MLS content. As Benzie said, Inter Miami's first season, so we're definitely hype about that. We want the boys to start out good. So definitely be on the lookout for MLS content and just more content all around from us individually, us as teams.
Damn it.
We're 30 episodes in. This is fantastic.
It is. It is, yeah. And we have one last segment before we get off the YouTube tier.
Oh, yeah. Almost.
Boom.
Hey.
Boom.
Okay. Koozie.
I'm taking that to every game for my beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, how could we forget the new segment?
What she said.
Is what's being said. And it is fantastic since we were on the subject earlier of good old Real Madrid. And
wait. Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I've been doing this a lot today.
Go ahead.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So this is, I know somebody's going to know this tweet, or everybody here might know. Well, I know, of course, I know this tweet because I'm reading it. But this is what's being said. And I quote, the tweet. Remember, everyone, Alphonso Davies is a product of MLS, a retirement league.
Quote unquote.
Hey, that's from the boy Sal. Just so you guys know, what do you have to say on that though? Like,
see, to everyone who always says MLS, you guys suck, you guys don't do anything. We're the league that has more parity than every other freaking league out there. We're not, for the past 3 years, we knew City was going to win or Liverpool was going to win or someone else was going to win. With us, we're way different. We haven't had in Italy where Juventus has been winning for the past 8 years, Bayern winning for the past 7, yada, yada, all that. Sure, we have retired players coming here or retired players, but name me the players that have come here that have been big names that have retired here in this league. So just think of any.
Was it Lampard that went there?
Think of Lampard? No, Lampard didn't come to US.
No.
Frank did come. Frank did come. Yeah, Frank did come. He only played for a little bit though.
Frank came to New York and he retired here. Gerrard retired here, but after that, yeah, name players. I mean, Beckham, where do you go afterwards?
PSG.
Yep. Ibra, where'd Ibra go?
To Milan.
Well, he went to Milan now.
He's still playing. David Villa.
He went to the Japanese team.
Vissel Kobe.
There you go.
So name off players who have been stars in Europe. You will not see them retire here in this league. So this whole retirement league, get it out the way. Our academies here are amazing. They've been producing product after product. Alphonso Davies, right?
Yeah, round of applause.
Round of applause. Ripping Chelsea apart today in that Champions League game.
Gino Reyna, another product of one of the New York teams, I believe it was FC, that he was a product of that.
We're coming along, man.
Yeah,
we're coming along.
I mean, the league is producing talent. So if you say it's not producing talent and you still call it a retirement league, my hashtag's down there, guys. So I'm open to all conversations. I don't block you like other people block you. So please come at me. I'm here. I'm good for banter. And if you see this face and you see it at Miami game versus Chivas Los Angeles, please come say hi. I don't bite, I swear. For banter.
He just does it for the bants. Anyways, continuing on with the new favorite segment of Field Talk, which is what's being said. This one is for everybody, but firstly, I'm going to direct it at Benzi because he does play for your team now. And this is actually a fact. Serge Gnabry has more Champions League goals from open play at Stamford Bridge than Eden Hazard has in his entire career. Real Madrid paid over 100 million for him. How do you feel about that?
Well, he didn't do it at my club. So I really don't care, but that is embarrassing. How many seasons was he there at Chelsea?
6. He was at least there for 6 seasons, bro.
And he didn't. I don't know. That's the craziest.
He barely has any Champions League goals.
That's one of the craziest statistics that I've heard. But yeah, that's embarrassing. But then again, Hazard was one of the biggest stars at Chelsea, so you know.
They were saying he was the best player in the Premier League for years.
That just goes to show you that Gnabry is a pretty good player. You know.
Proved that today as well.
Every goal he scored in the Champions League this season has been in London. I believe he scored 4 against Tottenham, and then he just scored 2 today against, and he's up in the tables, in the top score tables with 6. So he loves to play in London. I'll tell you that much. So that's that.
Oh man, that was great. That was a great answer. Loved it. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then I've got one more. This one is for all of us to react to because this is freaking great. And you guys already know how I feel about this guy. Before we close out, we got one last what's being said. And it is a quote from one of Angel Di Maria's teammates at PSG. He says, Di Maria hated his time at Manchester United. He doesn't have good memories from the club whatsoever. Whenever they're on TV, he changes the channel because he cannot stand them. I'll go first, if you'd like. This is what I have to say to Di Maria. He's a coward, a snake. He's not a competitor. I don't need nowhere near that type of cowardice or what we say around where I'm from. We don't need any pussies on our team. You know what I mean? He's a sucker. He didn't want to come to play. He didn't want to come to Manchester United in the first place. So I guess he took the easy way out. He wants to go to the French league where he can just skate on by, win trophies, and call himself having a good career. Don't forget, Angel, you came to Old Trafford with PSG and got bodied by Ashley Young. I'm going to retweet the GIF after we get off the show. I'm retweeting it because you got bodied. All right? You're a sucker. Oh, and don't forget, we went to Paris and we stomped that ass. And y'all still haven't done anything. So holler at me, buddy. Garbage.
All right. Well, I'm not going to have such negative words to my man Di Maria.
Excuse my language.
He did have a nice spell with Real Madrid. He won himself some trophies. He won a Champions League. So, you know, he does have a little bit on some of those players at your club. But I can understand where your negativity comes from. It was a different situation for Di Maria after he left Real Madrid.
He's a sucker, bro.
But yeah, I think that's petty.
Who cares? You've been gone all these years. Why are you still talking about us, bro?
Hey, man. You got bodied in a pink jersey, bro.
Yo, let's go.
If you get bodied in a pink jersey, you have no right to talk, bro. Just
thank you.
Sit your butt down, and yeah,
it's over. Like Vince Carter, it's over. He just
that was a bad. I don't know why he was trying to go shoulder to shoulder with Ashley Young. That was a bad call on his part. The face he makes at the end of that gif, it was classic.
Can't believe it. Can't believe he got flexed like that into the wall.
Oh man.
Whatever.
But yeah, that's my take. I don't know. Di Maria has, he holds a good part in Real Madrid history. So
after they said, I read quotes when he had to leave that they were saying he was too ugly to be at Real Madrid. So anyways, I don't want to. Sal, go ahead and give us the last take on what's being said. What do you think about Di Maria's comments or his teammates' comments on how he feels about my club?
I mean, you go to Paris to win a Farmers League. That's all I got to say. I mean, do I need the visual again?
Let's go!
Pink shirt. I mean, I love the color, but I mean, if you got destroyed in this by a team that shouldn't have been destroying you
at all whatsoever, let me tell you, do you want to know what the starting lineup was in that game? I think not. So let's not even go. Let me not even go there.
That was like a championship team right there. League 2 team. All right.
Oh my goodness.
No right beat. All right, but you had Lukaku scoring an amazing goal, and then you had one more, Justin. I mean, you love him.
Listen, the boy Rashi with the ice cold penalty. The first penalty ever taken for the club on the road in the Champions League to go through with the upset. That's the type of cat I need on my team. Not some sucker that wants to run because he can't speak English and he doesn't want to play different positions that the coach wants him to play. Get out of here. Sucker. Angel Di Maria is a sucker.
And that was what's being said.
And that is what's being said.
Well, Justin, thank you for that. It was very animated. Very lively. But yeah, everybody, that is going to end it. We ended it with what she said. That's what I call it. Just by the way, as you can tell, I keep saying it over and over. I don't know what I was going to say there. But anyways, we did La Liga. You got your Premier League. We went down under. I still need my Sonata. We talked about Serie A. Juve's going to win it. By the way, the GOAT's going to take it. Coronavirus. So we got into health and science for a little bit. And then
MLS.
MLS.
We got you covered here at Field Talk. Come on. We got you covered.
So yeah, like what is the deal here, Justin, at Field Talk?
The deal?
Down below. Yeah, what's the deal? Down below.
Yeah, you already know, man. It's Field Talk always 2020, whatever year it's going to be. It's always going to be content. And you guys should already know at this point what to do. Follow at Field Talk _Benzi, at Field Talk just _ at Sal Talk.
I'm so off too.
We are Field Talk. We're just getting started. We're going to be bringing to you all the way Sal the Troll, Field Talk just the cue ball head, Benzi with the fresh beard. We're out here.
Oh my God. All right, this needs to end. Remember, like, subscribe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
We're back Thursday with Champions League recap. See you later, guys.
That will be bye.